It's hard to believe it's been almost 2 years that we've all been dealing with COVID and the pandemic. Even though we learned a lot about the vaccines, the boosters, and the variants, we still have a lot of questions. And joining us right now with all the answers is Nurse Barb. Welcome to our San Francisco studios.
Oh, thank you, Malou. It's so great to be here. And I know, 2 years, right?
Yeah.
We've been dealing with this, and we've been talking about it all the time. But there's still a lot that we're learning, but we have so much that we have learned that we could share today.
Let me just say, it's great to see you in person.
Oh, my gosh, right? And we've been vaccinated and boosted, so it's safe for us to be together.
Yeah, let's start off then with talking about the Omicron.
So the Omicron is a variant, and we should not be surprised that there are variants, because that's what viruses do. They mutate or they change. That's why we need a flu vaccine every single year. Now, Omicron so far is being shown to be more infectious. That means more people get it, but so far less serious infection. So that's a good sign. And all of the vaccines work to protect people against Omicron.
How effective are the vaccines?
The vaccines are so effective, and we know this from lots of data. Over 200 million people in the U.S. have been vaccinated. In my office alone, 400 pregnant women have been vaccinated, and none of them, absolutely none of them, had a complication. I've had plenty of patients who want to get pregnant and have been concerned. They got vaccinated, and they've been able to get pregnant with no increased risk of miscarriage. So I want to clear up a lot of the misinformation about that.
I know you want to encourage people to get vaccinated, so, how safe is it?
The vaccines are so safe, and we know that from lots of data. What we know is that when people get vaccinated, they don't get as sick, and the vaccines work the way they were designed to work, to keep people out of the hospital. Now, unfortunately, when people don't get vaccinated, we know that they're 7 times as likely to be infected with COVID. They're 12 times as likely to go to the hospital and need oxygen, and unfortunately, 13 times as likely to die if they haven't been vaccinated. So this is a real thing, and we have lots of safety data that helps keep people safe.
Well, as we're going into the holidays right now, speaking of safe, how safe is it, or what do you suggest? What's your advice for people who want to go to the holiday parties and people aren't vaccinated?
Well, this is really difficult, isn't it? Because it really goes to, your comfort level and your comfort level talking to people about their own personal beliefs. But it's perfectly okay to say, I wish I could get together with you, but I can't, because you have to keep yourself safe. And if you have children under 5 or anyone at risk in your family, you really need to keep yourself safe, because breakthrough infections happen and some people are at higher risk.
Do it on Zoom or FaceTime.
That's true. And it's okay to say, I'm putting my health and the health and safety of my family first.
Yeah, well, it's kind of our way of life these days, right? I mean, this is how it's going to be.
Well, it doesn't have to be that way, right? It doesn't have to be that way. What we need to do is, if we're all vaccinated, there will be less and less variants for us to deal with in the coming months and years.
Those are your final thoughts, I bet.
That's my final thoughts. Be safe and have fun this holiday season.
Nurse Barb, thank you so much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Malou. Great to see you in person.
You too.